Hi, I'm Kevin Martini. You know, my family has always shared with me that there's no substitute for an education, and it is that sentiment why I created the Weekly Martini. The Weekly Martini is designed to share predictions, expectations, and guidance on the mortgage market here in the Triangle. This past week, we had a ton of news. However, the grand poopah of news was the minutes from the FOMC meeting. The minutes suggest that the Fed may be slowing or worse, stopping the purchase of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. Let me start by providing you all with a primer. You see, Raleigh mortgage rates come from mortgage-backed securities. Mortgage-backed securities are essentially bonds. Now, the bond market competes with the stock market for investment dollars. When bond prices go up, the yield goes down. When the yield goes down, so do Raleigh home loan rates. So when money flows organically or artificially into the bond market, Raleigh mortgage rates go down. This is critical to understand because the Fed is helping support the Raleigh mortgage rate market with quantitative easing. And their recent minutes suggest they will slow this process down or worse, halt it. So what is quantitative easing? Quantitative easing is a concept of the Fed to become buyers of treasuries and bonds to try to stimulate the economy. So what does the Fed do to this quantitative easing? Oftentimes, the Fed does this to create inflation and avoid deflationary economy, lower the unemployment rate, and boost the stock prices. For the latest round of quantitative easing, also known as QE3, the Fed especially wanted to help stimulate the housing market and our economy overall. And the housing market in Raleigh has shown improvements lately. In fact, sales in the Triangle are up 33% and building permits are up 39%. Now let's go back to the minutes. These minutes noted that several Fed members would like to halt the quantitative easing program sooner than planned because they are concerned about inflation. Oh, by the way, it is important to note that last week we looked at two key indicators of inflation, the PPI and the CPI, and both at a wholesale and a consumer level, they were tame. If quantitative easing is slowed down or worse halted, Raleigh home loan rates will rise. The biggest takeaway is that now remains a great time to consider a home purchase or a refinance, as home loan rates remain near historic lows. At the end of the day, you're not just buying a house, you're buying a home. Your home is an asset, and your mortgage is a financial instrument that must fit into your short and long-term strategy. Having a trusted banker like Kevin Martini Group at DNJ Mortgage is critical to help you secure the lowest cost of borrowing for your home. The Kevin Martini Group is known to maximize your time and minimize your frustration while providing trusted advice and fast closings. Now fasten your seatbelt because next week is going to be a busy one. We will get news on the housing, consumer, manufacturer, U.S. growth, and inflation. Now remember, weak economic news normally causes money to flow out of the stock market into the bond market, helping bonds and Raleigh home loans improve, while strong economic news has the opposite effect. I and the entire Kevin Martini Group are able, willing, and ready to help. We look forward to seeing you at a closing real soon. Thanks for watching, and thank you in advance for sharing.